Hi guys, Miss Julie here. How you doing today? Thumbs up? Thumbs down? For me today, thumbs up because I get to be with you. So I wanted to spend the next few weeks with you talking about the Christmas story. And the Christmas story is the birth of Jesus and the events that led up to it and happened after it. Now you may be saying, Miss Julie, I've heard the Christmas story so many times, I could tell it all to you. And while that might be true, I want to encourage us this season to maybe learn something that we didn't know before. I want to answer the question, how did that happen? In order for us to understand a little bit more about the Christmas story. So our first week, I'd like to talk about Mary, because Mary was the mother of Jesus, but there were lots of women out there. Why did Mary get chosen? To help us, I came up with 5 clues, and I found them in the scripture. If you go to the book of Luke, chapter 1, starting in verse 26, it tells us a little bit about Mary's story. Our first clue comes in Luke chapter 1, verse 26, and it says, God sent the angel Gabriel to Nazareth, a town in Galilee, to Mary. Now, Nazareth, that's pretty specific. In Matthew chapter 2, it tells us that the prophets had said that he, Jesus, was going to be called a Nazarene. Now, clue number 2 is found in the very next verse, chapter 27. And Mary was pledged to a man named Joseph, a descendant of David. Now, Isaiah in the Old Testament tells us that Jesus is going to come out of the line of David. And he tells us that he will be a king who rules with wisdom. He will do what is just and right throughout the land. And this will be his name. The Lord is our righteousness. Number 3, she is morally pure. Isaiah chapter 7, verse 14 says, look, the Lord's going to give you the sign. The young woman will conceive a child, and she will give birth to a son, and you will call his name Emmanuel, which means God with you. And just to make sure we knew that she was a morally pure person, the angel visited Joseph and said, hey, you can still get married to Mary. She is morally pure. Clue number 4 comes a few verses down, and it's found in Luke chapter 1, verse 28 through 30, and it says this. The angel went to Mary and said, greetings, favored woman, the Lord is with you. Confused and disturbed, Mary tried to think what the angel could mean. The angel said again, don't be afraid, Mary, for you have found favor with God. So there was something in the way Mary lived, in the way she believed, in the way she acted, that God liked. And so she found favor with God. And number 5, Mary obeyed. Luke chapter 1, verse 38 says, and Mary responded, I am the Lord's servant. May everything you have said about me come true. And then the angel left her. Mary obeyed what God wanted her to do. Now I have a container of eggs here, and it looks like they're all the same, but there's actually one egg that's different. You see, one egg is a raw egg, and all the rest of these are hard-boiled. Now, how could you tell the difference? How can I figure out which is the one that is raw? Because I don't want to eat that one raw. Well, what I could do is I can take the eggs and I can spin them. And the ones that are not raw will spin freely and really quickly. And it'll last for a really long time. And as I spin them, there's going to be one egg, and this is it. If you notice, I'll move these eggs out of the way. I will spin this one more time, and you'll see that this egg is behaving differently. So Mary behaved differently, but inside of her, she was different as well. I pull my plate over here, and I cracked my egg. You'll see it is a raw egg. So I would encourage you to love God, love people, and ask the question, what does love require of me? So that if God asks you to do something special, you will obey as well. We'll see you soon. Stay safe. Bye-bye.